Hey guys, I just wanted to thank you for continuing to watch my videos and for your amazing comments. You inspire me to continue to create these videos and to explore even more things. So, thank you. What's up, guys? So I recently attended the DC Ableton Live user group, and it was a bunch of people that met up. These are creators and producers and musicians and artists. They got together to share and learn and support each other. It's such an awesome meetup. I got to learn a bunch of stuff, got to listen to other songs from people. In fact, the song that you're listening to right now is by Rosecore. Pretty cool, huh? Special shout out to Edgar Diaz, who organized the event. I'm gonna link to the DC Ableton Live user group Facebook page in the description below. If you're in the DC area, you've gotta come out and meet up with us. Contact Edgar, contact me if you want, and come out and say hi. All right, so let's get down to business. So what do I mix on? If you've watched a previous video, you know that I'm currently using the monitors by PreSonus. They're the PreSonus Eris 4.5. There's some small studio monitors that retail for about $200, and they're pretty good. I really like them. Now, I've got a bunch of other speakers, and not all of these are studio monitors. I've even got the classic NS10s by Yamaha, the studio standard that you see in all those pictures and stuff. But do you really need all these speakers to make a good mix? I mean, sometimes I feel like I could get by with just my headphones or even my laptop speakers. Most of my songs get played on YouTube more than anywhere else. And YouTube tells me people listen to my YouTube videos on computers more than smartphones or home theaters or anything else. So I just need to make sure that my music sounds good for what you guys listen on. If you've got a bunch of speakers, test out your mix on different speakers. In fact, you should be testing your mix out on car speakers. And that reminds me, we gotta get going. So back in the day, I used to test all my mixes on my car stereo. I mean, people listen to a lot of music in their car, so this just made sense. Now, if you have a lot of different speakers, it's a great idea to test it on all the different speakers you've got, if you can. Hey, if you've got a lot of different cars, why not test your mix on every one of them? Now, I'm here to take some cool shots of the Seaboard Block with these cars, so I'm gonna go do that right now.
Just cool out and listen to us. Just cool out and listen to us.
So today I'm gonna meet up with some creators and I'm gonna find out how they mix. Maybe they can give us some tips.
Chicka, 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 mix, 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 yeah!
Just cool out and listen to us.
All right, I'm here with Edgar Diaz. He is a producer, and I want to ask him, what is he listening to when he's mixing, and what his opinion is about this whole mixing thing.
When it comes to mixing, I use KRKs. That's what's in my studio. I've had the KRKs, these SEs, for approximately 10 to 12 years now. I have a second set of listening speakers that I use. They're the new JBL's 305s. They're 8-inch speakers. I got those thinking they were going to replace the KRKs, and then when I listened to them, like, they were not good monitor speakers. They were good playback speakers, stuff for like living room. So I used them as a kind of like an A/B, like, oh, let me see what it would sound like. I have used other things that a lot of people will say, oh, that's not how you should do it. And it's like, people like my mixes. I don't particularly.
That's all that matters.
That's the most important thing. People like my mixes, people listen, people still hire me. You know, people still want my input on what's going on. So it's like, I don't particularly care about the guidelines or the rules to say, because everybody always says, you know, here are the rules, go out there, now go be yourself. Well, how can I be myself if I have to follow a certain stringent amount of rules?
I mean, okay, so what if somebody says, well, can I just mix with the headphones that I've got?
And I'll say go ahead, but there are limitations. when you talk about things like stereo field, stereo imaging, they're going directly into your ears. So technically the physics, there's no space going around them, so you're not building the space. But I've done mixes on earbuds, I've done mixes on Sennheiser headphones, I've done mixes on Sony headphones, because sometimes we're in a hotel room on a laptop. If you're a road musician, you don't have time to, well, let me go to buy these $1,000 speakers so I can get things done. It just doesn't make sense. It's not sustainable in the long run, and it's a terrible business decision. I think we get distracted by the visual, by the appeal. There's a lot of other options out there, and again, there are people that are doing mixes on 4-track recordings that are amazing. I think what stands apart is if you can get a good recording and a good performance, you can have the best gear in the world, but if you don't have an ear for it, you're not going to get the results.
So where do you want to go to eat?
I want to go somewhere where there's ambient and a really cool place to look around at other people and really good food.
All right, we need some food.
Don't stop, but one, two, y'all, make it don't stop. Yes, y'all, make it don't stop. But one, two, y'all, make it don't stop.
All right, that was a fun day, huh? When it comes to mixing, just think about the sound image you want to create for your listener and just do that. Easier said than done, right? Well, that's why people get these studio monitors, because they provide a wide frequency range and a flat sound so that your song sounds good on as many speakers as possible. Now, the more expensive the studio monitor, the better they do this. But honestly, you should just mix on what you have available. So I want to hear from you. What do you mix on? What are your secrets for mixing? Share what you know. Make the music you love. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you later.
Don't stop, but one, two, y'all, make it don't stop. Yes, y'all, make it don't stop. But one, two, y'all, make it don't stop. Yes, y'all. Just cool out and listen to us.